Yo, what's up, guys? Oh, hold on, I'm on the wrong display here. Give me 1 second, guys. Is this the right one? No. Nope. Okay, this is the one, right? All right, perfect. Okay, let me just check how laggy this is. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some stuff on my computer 1 second. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Oh, woo. Yo, yo, what's up, guys? For anyone that's in here, um, a few different things today, guys. So, okay, morning. Did you have your coffee? Yes, sir. I'm sorry, guys. I was dealing with a lot this morning. A lot of the times in the mornings, I have to deal with properties. So sometimes when I say I'm going to stream, then it ends up being later than it's supposed to be. But, Kay, also, guys, if there's more than one person in here right now, congratulations to Kay. He took an amazing short this morning. I believe it was right here. There was a 1 minute inverse, and he caught it all the way down to these lows. So he's learning. Took it a little bit early, but there's nothing wrong with taking a London / pre-New York session trade. Let's zoom in quick. This is the 5. I forget what time frame was it on, K, when you took it. Was it the 3 minute? Excuse me, guys. We had this obvious buy-side liquidity right here that formed at lunchtime yesterday. Oops. Let's label it buy-side. Yeah, it was the 3 minute chart. That's what I thought. So we swept it right here on this high, and technically there was a 3 minute here. This one looks a little bit cleaner to me, right? We closed below the volume imbalance and the fair value gap. Stop would have been to break even at this low. I mean, either of these would have worked. Technically, your stop on this 3 minute would have been, you would have been stopped out on this trade. However, what I like to do typically with this type of situation is leave the stop at the high just in case we have one more sweep, which sometimes happens. And also, if you look at the 1 minute, we had this 1 minute fair value gap here that we would basically need to anticipate being able to be traded into. So if you would have shorted here, you basically would have said to yourself, well, stop to break even at this low, and I would have to allow for the trade to enter into this one, which I don't know if K took it here, or if he took it here, or if he took it on this 3 minute inverse, but either way, I think that was a fantastic trade, and he rode it all the way down to the lows, where he took his partial. So I think that was an amazing trade. A great job on that. Okay. So it seems like every time I don't go live, something really good happens. It's something with me. I don't know what it is, but you guys can see here we had an amazing 3 minute IFEG, and this happened right after market open, but for far enough for market open for me to want to take it. We had a perfect bounce from the hourly fair value gap, and then did we close above here? Oh, hold on, guys. So we never closed above the fair value gap here, so this actually wasn't a setup. Well, never mind. I mean, you could have taken on this 5 minute candle, stop to break even at this high, But at that point, it's not really worth even taking the trade because you can see you hit the high, you get stopped out at break even, and then it runs. This actually looks really good right now. We're not really delivering from anything apart from an order block, but we're also delivering from the 3-minute inverse. And here's what I expect today, guys. So a few different things. Number one, we have a perfect set of equal highs here on the 1 minute. So if I go back here, you can see on the 1 minute right here, these are perfect equal highs. I like them better because they're separated. They're not like one candle after another. There's 2 candles separating them. So these are more likely to hit at some point. And then I actually found these just now while I was opening the stream, but we have another perfect set of equal highs that formed in, I believe this is the Asia session on Monday, or the Sunday session before Monday began. No, sorry. The Sunday session before Tuesday began. And then we have the equal highs, the perfect equal highs as well that formed on Monday. So all 3 of these levels are going to be targets for me. What I've seen happen with FOMC, guys, which again, this is at 2 o'clock, so I'm probably not going to take a trade until 2. But if this 5-minute inverses, I will consider taking it long and targeting this high. But there's a few different spots here that I want rebalanced. We have this 5-minute fair value gap that we never touched. So I want to see us trade into here at some point today. I want to see these equal highs get touched. And I want to see potentially these get swept today as well. So my bias is going to be bullish for the FOMC meeting. But what we really would like to see ideally, so we have this obvious liquidity right here, this sell side, that we just missed this morning, okay? So it is possible that we come down and sweep the sell side that came from this wick, and then we get our inverse setup. Also something to note, guys, we do have perfect equal lows here on NQ at these 2 areas, so these could also be targets today first. There's a lot of different things that can happen. It seems like we'll probably have a pretty big move today, but nobody knows for sure. Obviously, you can't really determine that 100%. And we're at all-time highs or close to all-time highs, so as far as like, I have this other method that I use, guys. I'm not going to reveal exactly what it is because I developed the system myself, but it relates to weekly, quarterly, and monthly levels on the S&P 500 and on QQQ. We are well above a lot of the levels that I would be targeting for upside. So it's basically no man's land up here. I can label, let me see here. I'm going to label this because this is the all-time high. Just label it in green. Go to the 1 minute. Yeah, so we're very close to all-time high. So what could possibly happen is we come up and target this. But again, the equal highs are all here, 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 here in this area. So that would be where we would look for. Sorry, guys, I wasn't looking at the chat. Kay says, I was trying to take a buy trade, but because of the liquidity sweep, I didn't take it. Smart. It's so, guys, the liquidity sweeps are awesome. Okay, so we're also forming a 5-minute OB here, guys, on NQ. So my guess is that this is going to take us up to this 5-minute fair value gap. I do have to log into my accounts, guys, which I haven't done yet. So give me a second. But I'm gonna keep this on the screen so you guys can see it. Watch the watch if the 5-minute OB forms, and if we close above the 5-minute fair value gap, this should be a nice long. Sorry. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be quiet for a bit. Just give me a second. I'm entering my passwords. I have a pretty insane system going on here for my passwords, so it takes a while. It's just for protection. And then when I'm done with this, guys, I'll go over the FOMC plan. I'll go over some FOMC examples with you guys. We can see what happened in previous ones and how it would probably work this time. Okay, 1 second, guys, while I log in. Oh, never mind. We can keep this up. Okay. I'm going to move my NQ chart over here. Let's get back onto NQ here. Oh, I need MNQ. Sorry, guys. MNQ 2020 Z 2024. Okay, so interesting. On NQ, we never traded into this 5-minute fair value gap. But you can see, wait, did we? Oh, so we never traded into it on MNQ either, and on MNQ we created equal highs, so I don't really care about those, I'll be honest, guys. But we're going to pay attention to this 5-minute fair value gap. And I might take this with one MNQ contract, guys, because I don't like to take things before the FOMC meeting. However, sometimes what we do like to do is we'll sweep that first set of liquidity, in this case the equal highs on NQ around this candle right here. So we will note these. Actually, I'll put a green line here to note equal highs, and then right here there are actually equal highs as well, so I'll note them. What the heck? Okay, perfect. And then obviously there are equal highs at the top, which I'm aiming for. So all these levels, guys, are going to be targets for today. Equal highs. Remember, if you see perfect equal highs on the chart on NQ, I'm telling you guys right now, they are an A+ magnet for price. Doesn't mean they're going to hit today, but they can be very good targets. And then these equal highs, especially today, I think are coming. So, wow, this computer is literally lagging like nothing else. Okay, so what do you guys think? Should we take one MNQ contract up to the 5-minute unbalanced gap here if the 5-minute closes above? I'm thinking it's going to work at minimum to this high, and then maybe we'll reject before FOMC happens. But guys, it's going to be a pretty long stream today. It is currently 11:40, so almost 12 o'clock. And FOMC begins at 2, and we're going to stay between 2 and 2:30. That's going to be when we were patiently waiting for a trade. And then around 2:30, the real move typically begins with FOMC. So I'm going to explain it to you guys again briefly, but let me pull up my notes here so I can show you guys what typically happens with FOMCs. Okay, I'm going to open up a few different charts, so give me 1 second while I do that. Okay, that's another good meeting. What I do, guys, every time we have an FOMC meeting, or almost every time, I will take a screenshot of the day and how it behaved. A, for education purposes for other people, but also for myself, just to see what types of moves happen during FOMC. Okay. So, I'm going to start with, let me see here. All right, so here's the first one, guys. I'm going to keep my... By the way, if you guys have questions too, let me know, okay? Because I know you guys will probably want to see how FOMC works. But this is the first FOMC that I took a picture of. I don't know the date. I should have labeled this one. In fact, I may have labeled it, but I don't know. I have to look back at my notes to see what date it was. But basically all that matters is what happens during the FOMC. So you can see in the morning of the FOMC day, we basically just consolidated around. There wasn't anything A+ that happened in the morning. And then you can see here at 2 o'clock, we had this massive green candle. Now, in this case, it wasn't necessarily a fake move because we had continuation in later in the day. But anyone that tried to long this candle got absolutely destroyed, okay? I don't think this is not the 1 minute chart, so I didn't see any setups in here. But if you were on the 1 minute chart, there was probably an A+ setup right here. We swept liquidity, we traded back into this massive fair value gap that formed, and then we may have inversed a 1 minute in these two candles right here, in which case you could have held it all the way up to buy side and then held runners to higher. Greg, good afternoon. Got calls this morning on SPY waiting for FOMC. Well, that's risky, but props to you, bro. Whatever works for you, works for you. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, so do you guys understand that? Type 1 in the chat if you understand this. That at 2 o'clock, typically we have a potentially fake move. And then if we're patient and we wait until between 2:30 and 3 o'clock, 2:30, 2:45, typically the real move begins. So here, this was the A+ setup. We swept liquidity. We probably had a 1 minute inverse between these two. I'm guessing this is like a 10-minute chart or a 5-minute chart. A nice 1 minute inverse, target buy side liquidity, and then leave runners. All right, Kay understands. So I'm going to go over another example now. Ooh. Also, guys, we never inverse the 5 here, okay? I'm looking at NQ as well. We did not inverse the 5. We also have a tiny volume imbalance right here on the NQ, so keep that in mind. But I do think that this high is probably next now. If we get a retracement into the OB, guys, I'll consider longing this, but I'm not just going to long it at the highs. Because a lot of the times when we get these 5-minute inverses, we will come down and sweep liquidity, and then we will rebalance some of the unbalanced PA, and then we'll go higher. So I'd rather see a retracement here, because especially before FOMC. Okay, here is another example, guys. Okay, 3-bar reversal understands too. So, guys, it's so important to track your data. Track these days, FOMC days, 8:30 data candle setups that I always do at 5:30 in the morning. Take screenshots of how the day plays out so you can go back and study them. What other good days are there? CPI is a great one to look at. It's kind of like an 8:30 data candle setup. And then also NFP Fridays, those are great to screenshot as well. But anyways, so I don't have the times here, but I already know just based on experience what happened here. This is the 2 o'clock candle. You can see here we used this candle to sweep buy-side liquidity. There was quite a bit of liquidity, but there was still LRLR up here. And I believe there were equal highs on this day. I'm not 100%, but I believe there were. We had a fake move down. We swept this liquidity here on this candle, and I think there was a 1 minute inverse in here. Yeah, there was right here. If you look where my cursor is, you can see a tiny 1 minute. I know I can't zoom in actually, can I? Okay, so it's a little glitchy, but you can see the 1 minute inverse here that happened. We closed above, came back down, retested it, and then we had a huge move. So this is the 2:30 time. Technically, we did close above another inverse here on this candle, and then we came back and balanced this liquidity. But if you would have inversed this 1 minute, this is probably around 2:20. Again, it's not perfect time-wise, but you can see here we came back down and rebalanced it one more time, and then we had a massive move up. Then, okay, this one was tricky, and I would never have taken this personally because of, well, I may have taken it here. But we had this obvious buy side up here on SPY. I think QQQ, we had an SMT here between SPY and QQQ, or NQ and ES, whichever you prefer to use. I just take a screenshot on SPY. I think we had an SMT. I think NQ took out this high and ES did not. And then when we close below this bullish 1 minute fair value gap here on this candle, you could have taken a short, stopped to break even at this low, or a full TP, and then we just completely collapsed for the rest of the day. So there were two good setups that happened on this FOMC. But notice you have to be patient after the 2 o'clock move, wait for consolidation, wait for an IFEG, and then take it long. Okay, and then third example, this one I have time on, so we can check it out. So actually this one, we had a pretty bullish AM session. We had a pretty nice 1 minute inverse that happened right here. You could have taken it to the downside. And then we never actually swept this liquidity until later. I don't know if we did here. I don't have a line to draw out if this low was swept, but I think it was by a tick here. 2 o'clock was right here. Okay, so nothing happened. Then we came down and we swept both of these lows, I believe, this low and this low, or maybe just this one. We had a pretty beautiful 1 minute inverse around 2:30. Then you could have taken it all the way up to buy side, could have taken a partial here. And then this one was even crazier. We had another setup that happened at around 2:45, maybe 3 o'clock. I don't think there was a 1 minute inverse here. There was an inverse here on the 1 minute. I probably would have never taken this at this point because we had already swept this buy side. So I think this is a lot more risky. It's a protected high, but nonetheless, it still worked all the way up. So basically, guys, the point is 2 o'clock is the time when there's a fake move, quote unquote, that is meant to create liquidity. It induces traders to the upside or the downside. Then we reverse. Sometimes we reverse twice. It can be a little bit more complex than just one fake move. But basically, we're going to be very cautious of what happens on the 2 o'clock candle. We're going to pay attention to where liquidity is swept. And then we're going to look for opposing moves and then potentially an upside move. So there's a few different scenarios. But basically, guys, the point is be patient after 2 and just keep your eye out for things that happen between 2 and 2:30, 2:45, give or take. All right? Ooh, so we got the retracement. I didn't even see this, guys. So this should be a long. But we never got the close above on either. So, yeah, never mind, guys. I can't take anything yet. Candle closes in 4 minutes. So we're probably not going to get an entry here. Did I show you guys this one? There's one more FOMC example. We have 4 minutes till the candle closes anyways. Did I show you guys this one? I don't know if we reviewed this one yet today. I think we had a similar one, but yeah, we had a similar one, but it wasn't exactly the same. So same example, guys. We consolidated all morning. This specific day didn't really have any big moves to the upside or downside, though there were some 1 minute IFEGs you probably could have taken if you wanted to, nonetheless. 2 o'clock, this was the move. There really wasn't an entry anywhere here, honestly. We inversed a 1 minute, like right here, we took liquidity and we immediately dumped. So this unfortunately wasn't an amazing example, but you can see here that there was a 2 o'clock down move. We retraced the entire move, swept more buy side liquidity, and then this might have been potentially a losing trade. We had a 1 minute inverse that happened here, but I probably wouldn't have taken this because of the fact that we already swept buy side. If we'd never swept this buy side liquidity right here on this candle, and then we came down and inversed this one, I probably would have taken this long. But because we had already swept buy side, this was less likely to be an optimal trade because this high is now a protected high. We probably traded into an inverse or a bearish 1 minute fair value gap up here and rejected. So, but if you were able to take the short, so like when this bullish fair value gap got closed below right here, I mean, you could have tried this, but we already swept this sell side, so probably wouldn't have taken it. So not every FOMC is perfect, okay? I'm not going to pretend and sit and pretend like you're going to catch a perfect move every time. Part of being disciplined is sometimes even your models don't set up perfectly and you have to not click the button. And hopefully we'll get a great one today, but I'm just showing you guys that there are definitely times when it's not A+. Okay, so I think we are going to this high now, guys. If we are able to close above without touching the high, I'll take a scalp. But if we touch the high first, then I will not. We have 2 minutes till the candle closes. And there it is, so I cannot take this trade anymore, personally. Though I still do think we will probably head to this high and maybe balance this 5 minute. I don't really want to take this setup before FOMC. Interesting. So we're bouncing. There was an hourly fair value gap here. And a 4 hour. But there was an hourly here. You guys see how we literally perfectly bounced out of the hourly? And then I believe there was a 15 minute here, or was it a 5 minute, or even a 1 minute? I don't even know. Not a 5 minute. Was it a 1 minute fair value gap? Okay, it was a 1 minute FEG that we bounced perfectly out of. Interesting. But yeah, you guys can see here on the 1 minute, look at all this LRLR. Yeah, unbalanced fair value gap. Never closed above on the 5 minute, guys. So I still cannot take this trade to the upside. Though I do think it probably still works, again, at minimum to this first LRLR. I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen here, but yeah, not for me, unfortunately. Dahl says, looks like FOMC candle shows direction followed by a retracement, then continuation. Yes, not always. Sometimes the FOMC candle is actually a fake move, and then we go the complete opposite direction. But yes, a lot of the times it ends up being this, like the same, it points the direction that the end of the day is going to flow to. But then we get a retracement first to stop out. For example, if the initial move is to the downside, we'll get retracements to stop out shorts, and then we'll get the dump. So it really just depends, but yeah. Kay says, is that 1 hour FEG? So guys, if you want to ask me about a fair value gap on a certain time frame, give me the candle that the fair value gap forms. So for example, if you want to ask me about this hourly fair value gap, tell me the Monday, December 16th, 9 o'clock hourly fair value gap, and I will be able to easily flow my mouse over it. And make sure, guys, that you have your time at UTC-5. I don't care where you're trading, okay? If you're in Portugal, if you're in Bolivia, if you're in, I don't even know, somewhere crazy. Just keep your time to UTC-5 because everybody keeps their time to UTC-5. It allows you to keep track of things easier. It gets you familiarized with Eastern Standard Time, which is basically what the market runs on. So keep that on your charts, guys. It's super important. But yeah, if you have a question about a fair value gap, just let me know the time that the fair value gap occurred. But you guys can see here, we never closed above the fair value gap. So my long setup never formed, right? Now we're getting a retracement. What will probably happen here, if I had to guess, guys, is we're going to come down to the bottom of the 5. Maybe close it by a tick below, and then we're going to come back up to buy side. But again, we have FOMC, guys, so be super cautious of just front running a trade. But we'll see what happens here. If we maybe get a 1 minute setup at the low of the 5 minute fair value gap, we can maybe try that long. Interesting. Let me pull up NQ quick. 1 second, guys. Okay. Whoops. By the way, guys, if you ever see the frame skip, like if the stream really lags, let me know. But I'm getting like random warning signs sometimes. And again, guys, this should all be fixed once I get my new. I'm getting like a super supercomputer Mac Mini on December 27th. It's getting shipped to me. So once I get it, the stream should be a lot smoother. But pay attention, guys, to what happens here at the 5, right? We never closed above, but I would not be surprised to see us rebalance the IFEG entirely, maybe by a tick lower, and then continue to the upside. Kay says exited. What did you exit, Kay? We ain't in no trade. Kay, did you just try and short this down to the fair value gaps low? if I'm reading your post correctly, I would imagine that's possible that's what you took. But I hope you didn't. But if you did and you got it, good job. But again, I think that's degenerate. So. One thing I want to show you guys too, okay? I know you guys are getting lucky on these streams that I'm giving you guys some of these swing trades. I don't normally do this, and it's normally safe for premium members. You see, Kay, I've been around this rodeo. This is not my first rodeo, okay? I've tried a lot of different things in my day and age, and I know that I've tried this in the past, okay? And I know statistically over time I am not profitable doing it. I mean, I was in my earlier stages of trading when I did this, but regardless, here's the thing, Kay. You've had a win today, okay? And you're probably feeling confident in your brain. You're like, wow, I get this now. It's going to make sense. Every trade I'm going to take is going to be profitable, blah, 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 blah. Especially on the days where you make a good amount of money or you have a really good trade that's clean and smooth, make sure, guys, that you are being humble and only take A+ setups from then on out. Okay, so you can see here. Okay. We are immediately reacting from the low of the 5. What I think I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to try and take 1 MNQ right now. My stop is going to be a close back below here. So I'm going to sell it here. My take profit is going to be up here. I'm just going to hold it for fun. Okay, guys? Just to show you guys how we probably will behave here. Again, does not mean you should be taking this trade, but it's something I'm willing to try. But especially, guys, when you have winning trades, just be smart. Don't take anything with big size that you're not confident on. This is just something that I know works quite a bit of the time. So like we might go back and hit the body of this candle or the high here, then reject. Sometimes we come down first, but again, my stop is here to protect it, if that's the case. But guys, when you have a big win, stay humble. Don't let yourself get stuck in a pickle. Okay, guys, I'm going to move my stop to break even here because I'd rather just see this go if it's going to go. All right, so there was a... Oh, we didn't get stop to break even yet? All right, there's the break even stop, guys. Because if that's going to react immediately there, I want to see it sweep this high and keep going, so... So again, guys, these are like very, very basic scalps before FOMC actually happens, just in case we can catch a big move. And again, I always move my stops to break even very quickly because my real trade is going to happen at FOMC, right? So let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. If we get a 5-minute body close below the fair value gap and then an immediate bullish reaction, I will also try that long, and my target will be this high right here. So we'll see what we get here. So I'm basically looking for something like this. You see how these two candles closed almost exactly at each other's highs? Like the bodies, they're close, they're not quite there. But if we get that down here, a body close, and then an immediate bullish green candle, I think that's a good long stop would be at the low, and then take profit would be at the high. So it'd be about a 1-to-1 trade. But if we don't get the full-bodied red candle here, then I'm not going to try that long. And that's just out of experience from situations I've seen happen in the past. How's ES doing today, guys? Ooh. ES. Interesting. So ES took out its 750 high. NQ didn't even come close. So ES is definitely stronger than NQ right now. There is an SMT here technically. Very interesting. Okay, so there's a bullish reaction there on the 5. Again, guys, my guess is that this high is going to get swept now. What is an SMT? Okay, I'm going to teach you guys what an SMT is right now. So an SMT, it's basically an ICT concept. It stands for smart money trading. You can also label it as an SMR or smart money reversal. What's up, Aziz? Good morning, bro. So an SMT is basically, we compare ES and NQ. That's what I normally use. And you look at which one makes a higher high. So I just pointed this out actually on the FOMC meeting, okay? There was an SMT on one of the days where ES made a higher high. I want to show you guys this on, actually I'll point it out here. So I'm going to show you on the screen so you can see what it is. I'll label it SMT. And we'll put this at the top, okay? So you see how on the 5-minute chart here, ES made a higher high. It took out its 8 o'clock highs right here. Now if we go to NQ, the same situation on the 5-minute. This is that 8 o'clock high right here, give or take. So if you draw it out, SMT, you can see that NQ made a lower high, okay? When you guys see this in the market, typically it can be a spot for reversal. Not always. It's situational depending on where we're at the charts. If we still have obvious buy-side liquidity above, sometimes these SMTs don't mean anything. Sometimes they mean something intraday and then we'll completely destroy them later on. But pay attention, especially when we have a very important level of buy-side liquidity, like K, the short that you took earlier today, right here. Let's say, let's find out actually. So the 1140 candle from Tuesday, December 17th, 1140 candle from the 17th. 1140, where's the 1140 candle? This is going to be a lot easier, guys, if I separate this. So give me 1 second. How come it's not letting me? Why is it not letting me move my tabs? So you guys can see here that NQ made a higher high. Let's see if there's an SMT. And this morning's trade, what time did the trade happen at? Sorry. 7:20 this morning. It's the 18th, right? 7:20. So there was no SMT here with NQ because they both made higher highs. But basically, you're looking for one to make a higher high and one to make a lower high when there's obvious buy-side liquidity. And that's just another confluence to take your position. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Yesterday, price hit target that woman FEG at the bottom, which I asked you so price want to hit during closing time. I think I remember that as Z, but yeah, we balanced it. Okay, let me look at the 3 here, guys. Ooh, okay. So this 3 doesn't look bad, I'm not gonna lie. We're bouncing from the bottom of an IFEG and a bullish PD ray. We swept some liquidity. So if this 3-minute inverses, guys, you can try this. Maybe I'll do it with 1 contract. Yeah, I'm going to do it with 1 contract, guys. 1, that's it. Ugh, did I miss the trade? Stop to break even at this high, and I'm going to take my profits at this high right here. And of course, the stop is going to be a 1-minute close back below. This is a complete tiny scalp, guys. I'm not going to risk anything more than that. But we did get a 3-minute inverse here. Stop will be a 3-minute close back below the inverse. And I'm going to move my stop to break even at this high, and I'm going to target this internal buy side right here. Hopefully it just gives me a smooth run. Again, it's before FOMC, so I do not expect clean delivery here. But it's just 1 micro scalp. We're just doing it for fun. And basically what I'm anticipating here is that the next 3-minute candle is going to close above the 5 as well to deliver us up. And the next 3-minute candle closes at 12:12, so we have 2 minutes until the candle closes. And if this 3-minute closes below, guys, I will be forced to exit the trade, right? It's a 3-minute inverse. Delivering from a bullish PD ray and a 5-minute IFEG. So I'm not going to stop it out yet. But if we get a 3-minute close below, I'm going to click cancel out the trade. You build me up just to leave me now. Whoa. Da 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 doo doo. So we got 1 minute until the candle closes. So we basically have to pray for a wick here. I don't think this trade is going to work anymore based on this reaction, but we will see. Do 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 do. 30 seconds left on the candle. Need to see a big wick form here. If the 3-minute closes below, I will cut the trade, guys. Even though it honestly will probably still work because the 5-minute is still holding. Yeah, we'll have to cancel it, unfortunately. So what I'm guessing is going to happen here, guys, is we're just going to stall in this area, probably hover around here, and then we're going to go up. Okay, so the 3-minute close below. What do you guys think? Should we cancel the trade? Or should we wait till the 5-minute closes below? Because it's 1 micro. What do you guys think? See how it would have saved me quite a bit of money so far? Again, what will probably happen here is maybe we come down and sweep this one more time and then we go up. As he says to close the trade. Anybody else? Here's what I'm going to do, guys. Because it's 1 micro and we have a long time until FOMC, I'm just going to hold it and see what happens at the 5-minute. This will be a hard stop, though. Guys, I'm really proud of you guys. You guys are being smart. You're telling me to close the trade. That's great. I'm going to keep a hard stop here just in case the 5-minute holds us. But yes, I should have closed the trade right there. Because this is 1 micro and I could care less about it, it's fine. But Yeah, this is definitely, they're definitely probably going to stop out my trade. Definitely a possibility of us rebalancing this 5 and probably stopping me out in the trade at the same time. We have a 1 minute OB here. But I'm guessing what's going to happen, maybe we sweep this liquidity and we go higher. But could be wrong. But that's what I'm allowing for, guys. Just because it's 1 micro. But we should have closed the trade here on the 3, right? Right when this happened, this is where the trade should have been closed. And you can see how it saves you. Right? It saves you a lot of money. We have another 5-minute fair value gap here. So what will probably happen is we come down to this low. And I'm just going to let it stop me out, guys. I don't care. But we'll probably come down to this 5-minute and then we'll come up. Or we're just going to hover around here and just keep going up. That's my thesis. So you can see here right now, just note this, we swept this sell side by 1 tick. And so far there's a reaction, doesn't mean that it's gonna continue, but just note that. Dahl says, I say hold. Well, I'm going to hold it, guys, just because it's 1 micro. But I just want you guys to see what happens at this 5-minute. Dahl says my stop loss is in a perfect spot. Right below a 1-minute fair value gap. Close to an OB. Technically, my stop should probably be here, but it doesn't really matter. Again, guys, I'm just doing this for example purposes only. There was a 3-minute inverse here, and again, technically, our stop should have been a close when we close back below, and we're going to see if this hurts us or if it helps us. In this case, I have a feeling it's going to help us, or it's going to hurt us, because I think we're going to go higher here. Again, if I get stopped out, I get stopped out on the trade. It's 1 micro, but we'll see how price behaves at the bottom of this 5. Maybe we get some wicks to the downside and then it goes up. I don't know. But we did get a 5-minute inverse, guys, to the ups. Oh, we didn't get the 5-minute inverse yet. I forgot. Yeah, so we honestly should have seen a 5-minute close above here, which we haven't gotten yet, but we shall see what happens. So we got another sweep below the low. Maybe that's what brings us higher. But I would expect something to hold here to go up. If not, we get stopped out. Big whoop. Oh, and K, so does that make sense, guys, what the SMT was? Do you guys understand what an SMT is now? That's why I like to keep ES on my charts and look at it occasionally. Not always, but I think it's still a good thing to look at. So you guys can see here now that we just swept liquidity again here. So we swept it once, and then we swept it twice, and we're getting a bullish reaction here. My guess is that this high is going to hit next, and then probably this high. We get a nice 5-minute inverse at the same time to bring us higher, but we'll see what happens here, right? We've got basically 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours until the FOMC meeting. So I'm guessing we get a slow grind up, and then maybe we get a dump later. But yeah, guys, ES is stronger than NQ right now. And we do have an SMT at the highs. So maybe we reverse down, I don't know. But again, this is just like a little fun play to see what happens at the bottom of the 5 minute. Again, I'm expecting this to hold in this area to deliver us higher. Then maybe we get a sell later on. I'm expecting this 5 minute fair value gap to get touched, to be honest. That's what I think will probably happen, but we will move our stop to break even at this high, and then we'll take our profit at this high. If it is nice enough to deliver it there before FOMC begins. Also, guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you like it. It helps the algos. Okay, so pretty nice reaction so far on the one. I think this high is coming next, guys, if I had to guess. And I'm just watching the 5 here. Want to see the 5 minute close above. What will maybe even happen here is we just deliver all the way up. Again, guys, my stop will be moved to break even if this high hits. So I'm not going to release my finger off the mouse yet. But when the high hits, I will. Ooh. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ooh, look at that rejection. Okay, guys. Well, my stop is going to be at the 5 now. Because if this is going to be bullish for the rest of the day until FOMC, we should not come back down to this wick, right? So I'd rather just see it completely deliver now. So worst case, we get stopped out for like 40 bucks or whatever it is on the trade. But because of this bullish delivery from the bottom of the 5, I want to see this deliver now. I don't want to see it come back down to this low. If we do, then I know that the trade is probably not going to work in my favor. You can notice here that we're touching the bottom of the 3 perfectly and wicking. So I don't know if that's going to deliver us higher, but just interesting how the candles play out like this. Closed above the 3, we're closing below, balance the 5. Now we're holding the top of or the bottom of the 3 minute fair value gap that will potentially deliver us up to this buy side, in which case stop will be moved to break even, and then we can target this high. Guys, I am proud to say we are officially up $4.50. Okay, I repeat, $4.50. Big deal, boys and girls. I don't even think I'll need to trade FOMC with this PA. I mean, what? We can just book $4 for the day and be done, no? And again, guys, when this high gets hit, if it does, this high right here in black, then my stop will be moved to break even, and I will just basically pray that this high gets hit. Otherwise, we'll get stopped at break even on the trade. Interesting how we held the 3 this time. If you guys really want to move your stop to break even early, you can move it at this high. Depending on how strong this candle is, guys, I may just do that. If it's a slow grind up to this high, I won't. But if we get a quick reaction up here, I will move my stop to break even. Pretty quick. And let's keep paying attention to the 5 here and see if we get a 5-minute close. 2 minutes until this candle closes above, if it does. 1 minute until the 5-minute candle close. So if we get like a quick sweep of this high, I will move this stop to break even. So like this candle, guys, it's like a strong 1-minute candle. Well, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to move my stop to break even there. And if you guys really want, you can TP here. But again, I could easily get stopped at break even on this, but I'm trying to preserve my capital, right? Even though it's only 40 or 50 bucks, we still have to follow a trade plan, right? So once this high gets hit, you could definitely move your stop to break even. I'm just going to move it early because of that. It was one bullish solid candle. So we could easily get stopped out here. Did the 5-minute close above, guys? Yeah, so the 5-minute did close above. So technically this is a valid trade. Stop to break even at this high. It might just come down and sweep my stop first and then go. But again, on FOMC day, we're going to be cautious, right? Where's my other NQ chart, guys? Oh, whoops. Okay, so I got stopped at break even on that trade. And no, guys, the 5-minute did close above. I don't know if when K said that, but the 5-minute did close above on MNQ and NQ. So technically this is still a valid trade. Your stop will be to break even at this high if you're still in the trade, and then hold it to up here. Oh, what was I going to show you guys? Did I show you end phase? Oh, I was going to show you end phase. Okay. So I don't do this often, but I know for those of you guys who do watch the stream, I will let you know about this specific swing trade because I think it's going to be huge. Let me record this so that I have it on that camera. So this is Enphase. Enphase is a solar company. The company is not really important. I mean, it is, right? Because the business is important in general, but the technicals are the reason I'm entering this trade. I currently am selling puts on Enphase, okay, right now. But I'm not going to alert that until we get this weekly fair value gap close above, okay? What is so cool about this trade? We had a consolidation. We are potentially manipulating down. And the idea of the trade is that we're going to distribute much higher in the future, okay? We swept a very obvious sell-side liquidity right here. I'm going to label this in red because green is what I use for equal highs. By basically a tick, okay? And right at these lows, look at the volume that's appearing here, okay? Very big volume in comparison to other times in the chart. If we look at the monthly, sorry, my dog is in here too. Look at this candle's volume. It's the highest volume we've had since the run in June of 2020. And look at the run that we had. Huge. Okay. So for you guys who are looking for a trade, if we can close above this weekly fair value gap right here, you see the 3 candles, 1 candle, 2 candles, 3 candles. Draw a wick out from, sorry, this is not drawn correctly. From the wick of the first to the whatever the next high is on the third. In this case, there's no wick, but there's a body. If we get a close above this, So that low is that high is $80.92. If we can get a weekly close above this box, I'm gonna go so strong, so full port long on this. You have no idea. Stop to break even at this high. Stop loss will be another weekly close below the fair value gap. In this case, I will probably put the stop a little bit lower just in case we have a little bit of trade below the fair value gap. And then my first take profit is going to be at this buy side right here at 141. Second TP is going to be in this weekly fair value gap where there is a lot of unfilled orders at $156. And then my third TP is going to be this fair value gap, which I believe is on the monthly chart. Yeah, it's a monthly fair value gap with a low of $247. And then I'll just leave the rest if I still have runners at that point. But, ooh, okay, guys, so we are dumping. Interesting. And yeah, so that is a secret little, not a secret, but a nice trade that I'm going to be taking. And if you guys want to, pretty decent risk, but very good reward trade, I think that is an awesome one to look at. Do your own due diligence, obviously. Guys, I just got an alert that there were skipped frames, like that the stream was lagging. Was it lagging? Let me know. And obviously, guys, all of that will be posted in the Discord. So if you guys want to join, there is a link in the description. Greg says no, it didn't lag, or it did lag. No, it's perfect. Okay, good. So for you guys who are just tuning in, that end phase swing trade that I called out, all of it is going to be in the Discord. I don't know why my Discord's not loading here. Give it a second. So in my Discord community, I have all of these different things, including that stocks that I add for the long term, option selling, swing trading. So end phase is going to be in the swing trade tab. When I do buy it, I will let you guys know. Again, I have already started selling puts on it, but this trade and all the other ones are in that Discord. And I think there's a link in the description, but you guys are welcome to join if you want. There is a 3-day trial going on right now. Free 3-day trial. Okay, so you guys can see here that this 5-minute actually isn't working as well as we expected. But again, we already got stopped out for break even on the trade, so we got saved right here. And again, the reason that I'm not really optimistic about this, I just got another alert of a skipped frame. But if it's perfect, I guess. On FOMC days, I'm a lot more cautious of taking 5-minute IFEGs. So just be aware that on FOMC days, they don't always follow through as well. So yeah. Guys, still no lag on the stream. It's still clear. It probably lagged very briefly because Discord was opening. That's what my guess is. Big Dumperooski here. No equal highs were left there. Interesting. All right. Let me look at the 3. Ooh. This looks nice, guys. Still looks really nice. Sweep of liquidity. Okay, this is actually really nice. I'm not gonna lie. Sweep of liquidity, trading from a bullish fair value gap, 3-minute inverse. If this inverses, guys, I'll still take this. I'll still take it. I don't care. This is too good for me to pass up to these highs. And also, it's nicer because it's a 3-minute, so there's less time. If you're looking at a 5-minute trade, especially this specific 5-minute, guys, I see it happen so often. And on FOMC days, I know it's likely to fail. But a 3-minute, if we sweep liquidity, trade from the low of this fair value gap like we're doing right now, and then we inverse it to the upside, this should be a great trade back up. So I will take that, even though it's before FOMC. If it ends up being like, if this inverses just a few minutes before FOMC, I'll be more hesitant to take it. But if it happens like in the next 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I think it'll be really good. But we'll see what happens, right? Woo. Man. Guys, who here is at their first FOMC meeting? Also, guys, look at my Boeing trade. So I called this in the Discord. Double down on the position too. I'll actually show you guys. No, I won't because the Discord's gonna lag. But in my Discord, there was a time around 152 where I posted that I was doubling my position on Boeing. So I'm up almost 20% on this. So we're up huge. I'm gonna take a partial at 180, a partial at 196, and leave runners to the monthly fair value gap. That's unbalanced PA on Boeing at 215. But if you guys added with me here, you're up huge. So congratulations on that. The other ad that I added was Nike, which is already, I mean, I wouldn't say it's too late yet, but this one I think is going to have a huge run in the future if you guys want something. We can already see, my ads are like at 174, 173 in this 3-month fair value gap. And you can see we bounced immediately from the low of the fair value gap and we've been pushing. But I think all of these highs are coming in the next few months to years. Probably with an earnings call, we'll see a big push on Nike. But that's a really good one. I told you about Boeing. Another long-term ad that I've been adding is ASML. You can see my ad was right here. So you guys kind of already missed this trade, but we've had a huge push from my ad. I literally caught the low, guys. 650s when I called it in the Discord. 16%. But if we are looking back to all-time highs here, you're looking at a 70% return on your money. So that's going to be a printer if it does go back up, which I'm sure it will over time. And then one that I'm adding right now, okay, this is one that you're not too late on, is AMD. I think that anywhere between 127, 128 to 111 is going to be a great long-term ad. Okay. Ooh, okay, guys. Okay. Hold on. All right, if this 3-minute inverse alert. If this 3-minute inverse is close to it right here, this closes in a minute. Hopefully we get it on this. We didn't get on this camel, guys. But I still think this is going to work to the upside. If this 3-minute candle would have closed right here, guys, it would have been a really nice trade. But it didn't. I still think it's going to work. But should I take it with 1 micro? I'm going to take it with 1 micro, guys. I'm sorry, I have to. Stop to break even at this high right here, or this one, whichever you prefer, and then I would take my profits at this internal buy side. This is just out of experience. It looks too good. I'll put a hard stop. I'll keep my hard stop at the low of the 5. And again, this is just 1 micro, guys, because it's too good for me to pass up, honestly, but as long as this 3-minute closes above, this should go all the way back up here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Do, 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 do. We got 3 minutes until this candle closes, so my guess is it's just going to run without giving us an entry. Maybe it will, but we'll see. Again, guys, these are just fun little trades before FOMC. But I'm telling you, this is typically a very good setup. The macro time is coming up at... Wait, what? What is this macro? Oh, the 13:10 macro. Sorry, I'm on the 3-minute chart. Oh, well, we didn't get the close above, so that was kind of a chase, but still think it's going to work, guys. If you're really risk averse, wait for the 3-minute close here. But the fact that we got this huge bullish reaction after sweeping liquidity in the fair value gap tells me we're going to go up here. See if I get stopped. You guys see why it's important to wait for the 3-minute close? I was being cocky. All right, there was a stop out. Well, I thought it was going to close above, but it didn't, so. If we get the 3-minute close above, guys, I'll try it again. For sure. But unfortunately, I tried a front run thinking that I was just going to go, and it didn't, so. Oh. So that is what, guys? 2 break evens and a loss on the day. And the loss wasn't even a real loss because, well, it was a real loss, but it wasn't a real setup. So should have waited for the, that's where the FOMO kicks in, unfortunately, but. Ooh. Okay, guys, my dog is getting kind of restless. I have to take her out. I'm going to have my phone on me. If this 3-minute inverses, I'll come running back in. I'm running back into the room and I'll take the IFEG. All right. Okay, so give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back, but I have my trading view up on my phone. So if we see the close above the 3, I'm going to take the long. All right. Yo. All right, guys. I'm telling you right now, even though we are close to FOMC, okay? If we get the close above, I think this is an A+ long. In fact, I'm going to take it with 2 micros. That's how confident I am, okay, guys? Huge confidence right here. So, again, we're holding this 5-minute for value gap and 3-minute. This is going to be a potential order block. Too good for me to pass up on this. Stop to break even at this high, most likely. And then I would hold all the way up to this buy side, probably up to this 5-minute. We still do have an hour until FOMC, just a heads up, guys. So I still wouldn't be surprised for it to just happen before. And that's why I'm willing to risk it. You know what? I'll take it with 1, guys. Just because if it loses, I want to have some capital left over to trade FOMC on this account. I have a $200 risk per day on the account. Greg, I'm ready, bro. FOMC is my shit. I love FOMC meetings. FOMC and green, red folder data candle setups at 5:30. Those are my favorite setups. Let me see. What's the risk here on 2MNQ? Hold on, guys. 2MNQ is only 46. If I do 2MNQ and I lose here, then I will only be able to take 1 micro on this funded account for FOMC. I'll do it with 1, guys. So it's a $23 risk to make 62, okay? Well, it's a little bit less than 62 because I'd be taking my profits at this high. God damn, guys, I am so sick of this laggy-ass computer. And it's a MacBook Air, too, but it's just got 8 gigabytes of RAM, so it's just terrible. My guess is we trade this 1 minute here, or this 3-minute, and we move higher from it. Again, I'm not gonna predict that, right? But I'm just guessing. We do have a tiny, okay, so we do have, okay, hold on. We do have a tiny 3-minute here. So if we somehow get a big sweep down here, guys, I think there should be a nice 1-minute inverse up as well. So we'll see what we get. Okay, nice reaction so far from 3. Okay, guys, I think I can't. I'll have to wait for the inverse. But you can see this immediate reaction from the 3. This tells me we're probably going to form an OB here and then go higher. Again, we have LRLR up here. We have LRLR that's forming here now. Eventually, this is going to get swept. Whether they leave it or not for FOMC is another story. Okay, we still got a wick out of that 3. Woo! So we got, give or take, about an hour until FOMC, guys. I think, again, even if we don't, like, I think the bullish move is going to happen now. We're going to get a reversal until FOMC is my view on this. But again, I can't really take the trade until the 3-minute inverses, especially because I already took one and I lost. So let's wait for the 3 to inverse and then we'll go long. Like the Degenemy wants to front run this so badly, but I can't. We do also have a 1 minute here. If you guys want to try this first, you can. I don't think that's bad either. That looks so good too. So no close above the 1. What the? Ugh, sorry, guys. Okay, so no close above the 1 or the 3 yet. I'm telling you, this looks too good. Now, the only reason, guys, I don't want to front run this now is because we could just be developing more LRLR. So we could come down and dump into this 3-minute first and then go higher. I need to see a close above this 3 to signify the real change in market structure. Otherwise, we're just going to be going up to make lower highs and then just keep going down, right? And then maybe during FOMC, we'll get some kind of a sweep. Did we never touch? No, we did. Never mind. Wow, guys. So you see how this works? Where's the daily chart? So this was a previous all-time high, and you can see what happened after we swept it right here. We had an immediate bullish reaction, and that was in the aftermarket. I think this was the Asia session yesterday. Just crazy how the all-time high ends up being a really good the reversal spot for price. So we do have I'm going to delete this one off the chart for now, but we do also have another all-time high down here that we could be aiming for as well. So keep that in mind.
Okay, so far we are making lower highs still, guys, not making no signs of a change in market structure. Okay, so it looks like we might get it here, guys. Let's see. We got 50 minutes, give or take, until the FOMC meeting, so definitely seen situations where we just run all the way up to buy side. I'll probably take profits on this trade at this internal high if we get it. Not at this high. I'll leave FOMC to just run if that's the case.
I just saw a stat from Polymarket. There's a 98% chance that Jerome Powell starts today's FOMC press conference with "Good afternoon." He always does. The last time he skipped it, the Dow plunged 800 points. What could go wrong? All right, guys, so here's what we're going to say right now. If he doesn't start the meeting with "Good afternoon," we're going to get smoked. All right? So we're going to go full port shorts if he doesn't say "Good afternoon." Okay, guys, this looks like the promissory candle, 1309. So we actually have 3 minutes till it closes. Wouldn't be surprised if it just runs without us, but we'll see. Okay, guys, looking good. Looking good. Did the 1 minute close above? Not yet. It's about to, though. Oh, this looks so good, guys. All right, I'm in. Stop to break even will be at this high. I'm front running it using the 1 minute chart because I know that this is probably going to run. And my take profit on this trade, guys, is going to be at this internal buy side. I'm not going to risk anything with FOMC happening. But this 3 minute surely looks like it's going to close above. Greg, I will wait after we finish talking. Yeah, so basically, guys, what I'm doing, this is just a scalp before FOMC begins, because I think this high is going to get run. But the trade itself is not going to happen until probably 2:30 for me. So normally the 2 o'clock move is a fake move, like I showed you guys in the examples earlier today in the stream. And, oof. And, yeah, around 2:30, we should have the real move. Okay, guys, so when this high gets hit, I'm going to move my stop to break even right here. And then we'll let the runner run up to this high. And again, a stop will be a 3 minute close back below the fair value gap. This computer is literally the laggiest thing ever. I hate it. Okay, guys, so again, my stop will be moved to break even when that high hits, if it even does. Again, I'm just holding my mouse over the break even spot. I haven't moved it yet, right? I can still drag it. And the macro time is about to begin, the 1310 macro, so we should deliver price higher here. Doodaloo-doo, doodaloo-doo-doo. Okay, guys, macro time started. Let's see what happens. Okay, I like that. I need this to form an order block now. Okay, guys, if the 3-minute candle closes back below, that's a stop on the trade, right? I still do think this is going to go much higher though, but we'll see what happens. I want this to form an OB, hit this high, stop to break even, and I want to take my profits at this buy side. We should at minimum hit this high. At minimum. Oh. So guys, we had a 5-minute fair value gap that I didn't see. But regardless, we're going to just have to use the 3 because I already entered. But in theory, this should still work. But unfortunately, there is a 5 here that I missed out. Guys, I got to be more careful. But this did not close above yet, so that is probably the reason we're stalling here. Can't believe I didn't see that. Okay, guys, so if the 3-minute closes below, I will have to stop out of the trade. Cannot believe I didn't see that 5-minute, guys. If we hold the 3, we'll be good for now, but we'll have to see what we get here. Okay, so we held the 3. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I didn't see that 5, guys. But I'm going to keep a hard stop here because of that 5-minute fair value gap that rejected. That's my bad, guys. Cannot believe I didn't see that. The one thing that gives me faith still on this trade is, again, that we're still holding this 5 minute. We keep coming back down to balance it. And then we wick. So I'm hoping that this is the low and that we just push here. But again, guys, I missed out on this 5. I can't believe I didn't see it. I'm sorry for those of you who took this trade. But we technically did not close above the 5. So this is not really valid yet. I should have waited for it. I saw the 3 and just went for it. So unfortunately, I'll probably get stopped out on this. Maybe not, but we'll see. We just need to see a huge bullish candle here and form an order block, and it'll be a lot safer. I'm getting worked up over like literally a $25 trade. Just because I'm frustrated at myself that I didn't see this 5 minute. That really pisses me off that I longed this without checking the 5 minute time frame. I think it'll probably still work and form a 5 minute OB here, but regardless, it's still annoying. So guys, we got 40 minutes till FOMC. Basically, what I'm expecting to happen here is to get a push up to this buy side before FOMC, and then maybe we get a downside delivery to this 3 later on. But that is just a hypothesis now that, unfortunately, because of the 5 minute, I'm not 100% confident on the trade working. But once we get a 5 minute close above this, then I'll be a lot more confident with the trade. Really want to see this push here. Excuse me. Okay, so again, guys, if this high gets swept, I will move my stop to break even. Come on, man. Guess I like the look of this candle so far. It's telling me this is probably going to be a 5-minute OB. And again, because of my terrible entry on that 3, I'm going to move my stop to break even when that internal buy side hits in black. Man, this 5-minute's got to close, though. Come on. We got 2 minutes till the candle close, give or take. Actually, a minute now. Come on. Make your move. No close above yet, guys. Oh my god, just close above. Jesus. Still no close above on the 5, guys. I'm going to move my stop below this order block. Right here. Because if this is going to be bullish, guys, this order block needs to hold. Wow, this is so laggy, too. Oh my god, this is the worst trade ever, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Like, look at this. We're talking about a $10 move here, okay? You know what $10 is? At least to me, $10 is literally nothing. And the fact that we're literally just like chopping around, it's just the process of the trade that makes me annoyed. because I didn't wait for the 5. I thought there was. I didn't see the 5. I entered on the 3. And now I have to be frustrated waiting and sitting in a trade that I'm not 100% certain of. It's annoying. So I decided that because of this order block here that I believe should hold, if it doesn't hold, then my thesis on the trade is destroyed and I will be stopped out. Small loss nonetheless, but it's still a loss. And that annoys me. Because I could have entered an A plus trade by waiting for the 5 minute to close above, but I didn't see it. Just making sure that my stop is below the order block. And there's a stop out. So unfortunately, guys, again, I didn't see the 5 minute fair value gap. We never closed above it. That was the actual entry for the trade. I still think this is going to work, but I have to keep my process correct, right? I'm not just going to abandon trade models because I made a mistake, right? I'm still going to have to protect the capital. Because now what could easily happen is we could trade down into this 3, sweep more liquidity, and then go up. Do, 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 do. Does anyone have a prediction of what's going to happen for FOMC? I think we're going up. I hope the initial move is down, and then I hope that we get a nice inverse setup to take out this set of equal highs and hopefully all-time highs. But if you guys think something else is going to happen, you can let me know. Ugh. We got 30 minutes till FOMC starts, guys. 28 minutes, actually. Starts at 11 p.m. my time, 11 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh. This is a nice looking 1 minute. Wait, did we just form equal lows here, guys? That's MNQ. Let me check NQ. Okay, so on NQ, we just swept this low. Oh, this looks so good to the upside, guys. So good. Can see we have a pretty nice looking 1 minute inverse here. On NQ, we already swept the low, so this candle right here was swept. It's not equal on NQ, so this signifies to me that we're going up here. But unfortunately, because of that stupid 3 minute trade I took, I'm gonna have to wait for the 5 minute to close above to take it again. But you guys can see here on the 1 minute chart, you guys can see all this LRLR that's formed here. This looks like it's going to get ready to get swept. And K, there was a 1 minute entry, but because of my loss on the 3 minute that I just took, I have to wait for the 5. That's just one of my rules. But if you guys haven't taken any losses today, I mean, that 1 minute entry was pretty good. You guys can see it right here. On MNQ, we created perfect equal lows here, but on NQ, we swept. So this was actually a good entry. Stop would be to break even at this high right here, and then you would just let it run. Oh my god. And guys, we formed perfect equal highs on NQ on the 1 minute. Perfect equal highs right up here. Can you guys see those? So these are very likely to get hit. You see we swept this internal low. We formed an IFEG. We have equal highs above. Oh, this looks so good for a long. Greg, I don't know, but the higher time frames are bullish, but the market needs a pullback to continue higher. It does not need a pullback. It can, definitely. But that's not what we're interested in. I don't trade that like high time frame narrative of, oh, we need a pullback first before this happens. We can easily today sweep all-time highs before going down further. Easily. Now, if we got a retracement down first, it would be nicer. It would make the probabilities of longs better, but it's not necessary. But the market is really behaving in not the most optimal way right now, in my opinion. So we could be coming down here, guys, to trade into that 3-minute fair value gap now. There is a 3-minute right here after this low gets swept. So if we get a nice inverse from here, guys, I would be happy to take that, especially now that we have equal highs on NQ. That would be really nice. So watch the reaction from this tiny 3-minute fair value gap here. Okay, I just ended my recording, so hopefully this makes my stream less laggy. I'll start recording again during FOMC. Not really, it's still lagging. But let's see, guys, if we can sweep this intermediate term low and bounce from the 3-minute fair value gap, there should be a nice long that forms. If no liquidity gets swept here, guys, I'll have to wait for the 5-minute to inverse above. But if we come down and sweep this liquidity first, and we enter into this 3 and get a bullish reaction, then we should get a nice 1-minute setup. Do you think it's going to take the liquidity of the 17th of December 6 p.m. candle? Come on, computer. Oh my god. Guys, I'm so sorry for this lag. Just 10 more days. This 6 p.m. candle, I think this is what you're talking about. Definitely possible. Definitely possible, okay. This is a very obvious draw. We do have a previous all-time high sitting below there. We have 50% of the leg resting below it, so definitely possible, okay, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. But let's see what happens here in this 3 minute. So intraday liquidity was swept. Damn, guys, I hate this computer. But Kay, that was a really good observation, guys. So you guys see what Kay saw there? I'm going to pull it up on the 30-minute chart. But this sell side liquidity here is pretty obvious. And so far, we are rejecting from a bearish hourly and 30-minute fair value gap. We do have an SMT at highs between ES and NQ. So we could easily dump here. So that's definitely a possibility. This 3-minute reaction is going to be super important. I just got an alert about skipped frames on my computer. Lovely. But watch the reaction, guys, from this 3-minute fair value gap. Doesn't have to trade into it. We could just have swept this liquidity and then we'll go up, but Greg says the market is just ranging on a 30-minute. Yep. We're consolidating. And I want you to see, so this is my QQQ chart. I always have it zoomed out. Okay, but look at this trend line that just formed today. Okay, this looks to me like it's begging to be swept. So I'm going to look for something to take out this internal high right here, this LRLR. It may happen before FOMC, but now we're getting really close, guys. It's already 10:44. So that big candle that's going to happen is in 15 minutes. That first initial 2 p.m. candle. So after the 2 p.m. candle, we're going to wait until about 2:30, and we're going to look for a setup from there. But we're getting close. So watch the reaction out of this 3 after sweeping sell side. Look at the 1. Nothing really great on the 1. We do have this 2-minute, which looks really good. So if this 2-minute can reverse, then I think this high is coming right here. Oh my God, I hate this computer. Just the computer lag alone is like frustrating me more than most stuff. It's so bad. So watch the reaction out of this 3, guys, because this is potentially where we could reverse today. So still no touch into the 3, and we get an immediate bullish reaction after sweeping the sell side. So this could be a turtle soup, right? You can see how we swept this low and we're getting an immediate bullish reaction. I would really rather see it trade into the 3, being honest. But if this 2-minute and 3-minute inverse, this still should be a great long to the upside. But I think we're too close to the 2 o'clock candle to take anything, guys, unfortunately. Now. We've got basically 10 minutes, so we might see like a huge run up here before the FOMC meeting. It's possible. I always forget to turn on that light. You know what? It's too bright. I don't need that. Not today. Okay, guys, 11 minutes. 11 minutes till the till the big candles come. So we'll see what we get. I'm pretty excited to see what we're gonna get because we have like Greg just said, we have kind of been consolidating for the last 30 minutes on the 30-minute for basically the whole day. So when we have these kind of consolidation moves, typically it means blast off. And I'm telling you right now, I think this is going to be the low. I think that the FOMC candle is going to go up. And as much as I believe that, unfortunately, I can't front run anything. Even if this 3-minute closes, guys, we have 10 minutes till the FOMC event. 9 minutes pretty much now. So like to try and front run that, recipe for disaster. You see Apple is just running up. I don't really pay attention to Apple at all, but we can take a look. Why not? Got nothing else to do. Apple is having a bullish, ooh. So, wow, Apple's at $250 a share. That's wild. It's funny. Apple looks very much like Bitcoin on the weekly chart. See that consolidation, distribution, consolidation, distribution. Interesting. I'm keeping Boeing on the chart, guys, because it's coming close to my first TP, which is at 180. I actually have a limit order to fill it at 180.70. Oh, I have half the... Guys, if this 3-minute inverses, I'm telling you, this is going straight up to this high, and then we're probably going to run all of this LRLR, take out this high, probably balance this 5-minute. I'm telling you, I see it. I see it on the chart. It's too good, like too good not to be taken out. Tesla. Yeah, guys, my Tesla's printing. Every day I make a few $1,000 on Tesla. It's pretty wild. On my long-term positions, obviously, on my swing trades. Most of my long-term position on Tesla is in my Roth IRA. And the majority of my swing trade is in my swing trade account. 7 minutes till FOMC, guys. I think right now, we're going to have a big candle that takes all this out before FOMC even. Or it's just going to close and then we're going to get it during FOMC. And here's the wild thing too. Like I would say right now, let's do a 1-to-1 trade up to this internal buy side. But the problem is that FOMC, the candle typically is so big and it's so strong that it will, even if you have a stop loss, let's say right here, and the candle immediately prints down here, you won't get your order filled at this stop loss. You'll basically lose double the amount that you were supposed to. So you can't even really you can't try and do like a 1-to-1 trade because you're gonna get smoked. Well, you guys can see how perfectly this turtle soup is working. This 3-minute inverse, I'm telling you guys, we're going up. I'm on the 3-minute chart right now, okay? I'm waiting for this. There's 2 3-minute fair value gaps here. So just because this one closed doesn't mean I would take the trade. I would wait for the second one. Even though it still should work, guys. I'm telling you right now. Should we scalp this? Guys, I'm going to make a whopping $5 or $6 here. And I didn't make anything. K entered from the first IFEG. We have 30 seconds till the candle close. Guys, I can't enter this. We're too close to FOMC, but this is going up. I'm telling you right now. I can't really enter. I did a little scalp, obviously, but I'm telling you guys, this is going way higher. Okay, if you are in a position, I'm telling you right now, you might win, but if this does the thing where it inverses to the downside, then you are going to get stopped out and you're going to lose more than you want. So I'd be very cautious, guys. You have 3 minutes until this trade. We just got the inverse. This should now take out all this low resistance liquidity. But if you're in a trade right now, by 11 o'clock, you should be out, or like 10:59, because if you are wrong, then the candle could easily dump and smoke you. So be super careful, guys. Please. Even if you think you're safe, like you enter down here or whatever, or down here, when this candle collapses, if it does, just because you have a stop loss here, if the candle moves so quickly, which it will, you will not get filled on your order. It will not stop you out right where you want it to. It will stop you out way down below because the candle moves so quick that it doesn't give anybody a chance to exit. Now, it doesn't change the fact that I believe the market is going to go a lot higher here. I think this high here is next. But I can't take it. It's too if there was no FOMC right now, guys, I would be in this full port to a long. If there was no FOMC, but there is. On my cash accounts and my funded accounts, I'd be in this probably 2 to 3 NQ contracts. Stop to break even at this high, and I would take a partial here, a partial here, a partial here, and a partial at these equal highs. And then if I had extra, I would just leave it all the way. But please, guys, be careful. We have a minute and a half until FOMC starts. But again, if this was not FOMC, I would be in full port longs here. Stop would be a close back below this 3-minute fair value gap, which is the lowest one. Right here. Man. I hate this computer. Let's see what happens, guys. I'm gonna guess, okay, guys, right now. I'm gonna guess that we have either this is one of two things I think is gonna happen. Number one, we get a liquidity candle down to here, and then we fully reverse the upside, or we just get a complete rocket candle. One of those two. So I'm guessing either a wick to this 3-minute fair value gap and up, or just an immediate up candle. Again, complete guesses. I don't make money off of speculative guesses like this. This is just based off of my screen time. The things that I would imagine would play out. Whoa. And whoo, look at this, guys. See that? Telling you. I'm telling you. So anybody that was long got completely obliterated on this candle, and they didn't get filled on their stop loss. Okay, I hope that wasn't you, bro. Jesus. Greg got it. Okay, please tell me you exited your trade, bro. So we have sell side liquidity on NQ down here, by the way, right here. So I think the market's probably heading to the sell side. They're perfect equal lows. And we're about to touch them. Not quite yet. Wow, that is a crazy candle, guys. Now, I would not be surprised over the next 30 minutes that we slowly creep back up here. Oops, Command Z to undo that. So let's say we sweep the sell side liquidity right down here on NQ. I wouldn't be surprised to see a slow grind all the way back up. So now I would like to see potentially a rejection down to this sell side right here, and then the grind back up. Though we could even get the inverse now, but again, guys, we ought to be patient. Wait till the 2:30 time zone to start taking trades. If we get this inverse now, guys, I will not take it. I need to wait till 2:30 because a lot of the times what they will do here, they'll induce traders long, they induce traders short here, then they induce them long here, they bring it back down, then they go up. It's like there's too much. So I think that this low is probably coming now, if I had to guess. Because we do have, again, those obvious perfect equal lows on NQ. I'll show them to you guys really quick. Wait, is this not perfect? Oh, it was just sell side. It was, sorry, it wasn't perfect equal lows. The perfect equal lows are down here on NQ. So we got a ways till those hit. Dude, Boeing didn't have even a slight down move on that. Shows you how strong Boeing buying pressure is. So we are holding that same hourly fair value gap. I believe it's an hourly. Let me double check. Yeah, so we came back and we swept. So we did sweep some liquidity, guys. We swept that low, but we do have this low here that Kay was talking about earlier that still has not been swept. And guys, I am looking at NQ for this because NQ looks much better. You guys see this 1 minute fair value gap here on NQ? This looks pretty good for upside trading if we sweep the internal sell side. So I'm going to be referencing NQ because if you look at MNQ, we don't have that wick. We have this weird volume and balance gap thing that occurred. So I will be looking at NQ on the other screen and I will take this 1 minute fair value gap most likely if we get it around 2:30. So we just balanced the 50% level. You can see right here of the leg. And we could potentially touch previous all-time highs. And we have a new week opening gap below. So anybody who's long is obviously getting destroyed here. I think I need a new funded account in my chart that has already sweeps. Kay, what ticker are you using? Because we're using MNQ and NQ. Those are what you need to be using. If you're using like the USD 100 or whatever that you're using before, it can be funky. It's not going to trade perfectly. NQ is what you really need to be looking at. NQ is the end all be all. It's the ultimate chart. The one that everybody should be using. And we just touched the 50% retracement. Oh, no, we didn't. Where's the 50% of the leg? So we're way below 50%. We didn't respect it at all, which tells me that the equal lows are probably coming, which are right here, along with the new week opening gap. Wow, complete collapse here, guys. That's crazy. I think these highs are coming now. Should we do a quick buy scalp? Nah. Again, guys, I think the equal lows are coming, and they are right over here. So right at the new week opening gap, there's perfect equal lows. So let me see, what was the news? So again, guys, this blue line is previous all-time highs, so this should get touched. Now the perfect equal lows should get swept as well. And we should touch the new week opening gap. I'm just waiting for my social media. I have a blocker on my social media page. So when it unlocks, I'm gonna check X and see what the federal funds meeting news was, because looks like there was some pretty bearish news, because obviously the market is completely dumping off of that. Don't be surprised though, guys. We could potentially make a full reversal on the day. It's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's definitely possible. Oh my god, guys, I hate this computer. Does anyone know what the FOMC news was? Okay, I see your Discord messages, Kay, but I'm going to focus on the charts for now, and we can talk about that later. Okay, guys, so once the equal lows get swept and we balance this new week opening gap, we could see a nice retracement up to this previous sell side, right? It came from these lows. I wouldn't be surprised to see the market retrace back up here and then maybe a continuation down. But I'd love to see this new week opening gap get touched first and then the retracement higher. So the Federal Reserve cut basis points by 25 points as we expected. I mean, I don't know why the markets are reacting like this, to be honest. So there is one trade that I'm looking at in relation to bonds, right? I mean, if you guys don't know much about bonds, when the Fed cuts rates, bond prices and bond yields are inversely correlated. So when interest rates come down, the price of bonds start to go up. And there's a really, I'm sorry if you can't really see it, inversely correlated. So when bond prices go up, yields go down, and vice versa. When yields go up, bond prices go down. There's one ETF that I'm looking at that tracks bond prices that I am currently long on that I'm going to be adding to my position on. So I will obviously alert that, and we can discuss that in the education thread as well in the Discord. But there's some good trades that I think will come up in the coming like 1 to 2 years that you can swing. That will be really good. One thing to note, guys, there is an hourly fair value gap that we just traded into here. If you look on NQ, so we do have the perfect equal lows here, which I would like to get tapped, but right now we're balancing this hourly fair value gap. We could get a reversal back to this previous intermediate term low. So we could get a long scalp trade, but again, I'd like to see what happens here. I'd like to see the new week opening gap get touched first before that happens. So Charlie Bileo, I think is how you pronounce his name. Great guy to follow on X. Charlie, and then last name Bilello. He just made a post breaking the Fed is expecting higher inflation and fewer rate cuts in 2025, with the Fed funds rate ending next year at 3.9%, so higher for longer, just the overall message. And a pause at January meeting seems like a high probability bet. So that basically means that the Fed is going to cut less than expected, which means that bond prices are not going to increase as much as we expected. But I still think eventually there will be a good trade on bond prices, so we'll see what we get. But again, that will be in the Discord. Let's see what my ETF is doing right now. Selling off as expected. So we're getting even better discounts on that trade. So, what can we expect here, guys? If we get a touch of this new week opening gap, we take out sell side, then we get an immediate bullish reaction and inverse this one. I think that will be a pretty decent scalp. I will move my stop to break even on the trade quickly at this high, and I would probably hold a one take profit here and then the second take profit back to buy side. Or intermediate, the previous intermediate term low, which comes from this black line. We're coming up to that 2:30 time when Powell starts speaking, but we're not going to take a trade, guys, until he starts. This woman at IFEG really doesn't look half bad, but I really would prefer, guys, first of all, a touch of the new week opening gap first. And I'd prefer it to happen when he starts speaking, not now. Okay, nice touch of the new week opening gap. Did we sweep this? No, we didn't sweep the equal lows yet on NQ. And no sweep of the equal lows yet on NQ, so I'm just waiting to see that. So equal lows are right here on NQ, guys, right below the top of the new week opening gap. Oh, nice woman at IFEG, guys, but I can't take it. We're waiting for Powell to start at 2:30. But in theory, if this closes above, then we should go up to this internal buy side and probably up to this high too. Candle closes in. Okay, so that was a pretty nice woman at IFEG, guys. Should go up to this buy side now. Again, I'm not taking this. We're waiting for Powell to start at 2:30 in 9 minutes. Especially because we never swept the equal lows here. It makes me a lot more hesitant to take this woman at IFEG. I want to see those get swept first before even considering a long. And if you're in this, your stop should be to break even here. You could take a partial at this high. If you're in this, again, I'm not, but and there's your first TP. Almost. Okay, there's your first take profit. And we have another intermediate term high here and the previous intermediate term low, which will probably hit as well. Again, your stop, if you're in a long right now, should definitely be a break even. Oh, Fears, what's up? Hello, hello. My boy F. Good, man. We have not taken a trade yet since FOMC started. We're waiting until 2:30. I did call out this 1 minute, but I said I was never taking this because we have perfect equal lows below. And Powell has not begun yet, so yeah. My guess is that this new week opening gap is going to come. But we could probably, again, we did, oh no, did we take out this? So our first TP didn't actually hit yet, guys. This would be the TP right here. And then the intermediate term low that we swept would be your next target, but your stop should obviously be at break even. After your entry was here, your stop to break even was at this high. Did you take any trades this morning, Fear, or no? I took two trades, two losses actually with one micro, just for fun. But one of the trades was, in my opinion, A+. The second one I thought was A+, but there was a 5-minute inverse that I missed, and I took a 3-minute instead, which is fine. It happens, but. 5 minutes till Powell starts, guys. Again, I'm not going to be taking any longs, guys, unless these perfect equal lows get swept. We have a new week opening gap. It's not balanced. No way in hell I'm taking longs until those get taken. Powell walks 100 ticks, speaks 200 ticks. It's true, bro. I mean, listen, the market did exactly what we were expecting. The market was pricing in a 25 basis point hike, 25 basis point cut, sorry, and we got it. And the market just completely dumped for whatever reason. Again, it's not because of the news, it's because of where the algorithm needs to rebalance. And obviously it rebalanced to the downside. If this 5-minute inverses, I think we'll probably get a nice long up to this woman, the top of this 5-minute FEG, in which case I would move my stop to break even and take a partial there. But again, I'd much rather see this sell side get swept first and then get the long set up. Because we have perfect equal lows right down here, and we have a new week opening gap. I think that is where the draw for the market ultimately is. Now, I wouldn't take the short because we're already low. But if this 2-minute fair value gap gets closed below, we should target this low. And then the new week opening gap. No trades as of this morning. Been busy with other things, but we'll be back to it. All good, bro. The less trades you take, the more profitable you're going to be, so. So guys, in theory, again, I would never take this because we've already dumped quite a lot. If this 2-minute inverses, we should come back down to this low, and we should take out the new week opening gap. Just one micro contract on this will be $107. That's pretty crazy. So you can see here that we're completely disrespecting the bullish 2-minute PD array. Tells me that these equal lows are coming now. But we have to wait another 2 minutes till the candle close, so we probably won't even get an entry on it, even if we wanted to take it, which we're not going to. Looks so good, though. I think it's coming now, but... And... yeah, fierce. Well, I don't see why not. But the fact that, so if you guys look at NQ, you can see we completely lost respect for the 50% level of this previous leg, right? From high to low. So when you see that we completely close below a 50% like this and no respect for it, we're probably going to the next lows. And there's also a set of equal lows down here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hit this today based on this PA. Now, we did trade into a new week opening gap. So there is a possibility. So now that it's 2:30, guys, I will look for a trade. So if we like inverse this 1 minute to the upside, I would look for, wow, guys, this computer is literally pissing me off so much. If we inverse this 2 minute now to the upside, could easily take a scalp, stop to break even at this high, and then I would take a partial in this 2 minute fair value gap, but specifically at this intermediate term high. So far, it doesn't look likely that's going to happen. Again, we have equal lows right over here, this level. So I think that's where we're probably headed now. Complete lack of disrespect, complete lack of respect for the new week opening gap. So again, no entries for anything. There was this 2 minute short, guys, but why would I take a 2 minute short right at these lows? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So again, we have equal lows right here that should probably hit now. Ooh, okay. Powell started to speak. Got a wick there. If this 1 minute inverses to the upside, guys, I will take this. Stop to break even at this high, and I'll take my TP at this high right here. Ugh, my computer is so laggy. One MNQ contract, guys, is a $230 win. That's wild. So pay attention to this 1 minute fair value gap. Powell started speaking. We're potentially getting an inverse. Oh my God. Guys, I'm so sorry for this lag. I'm so sorry. Okay, this looks really good to the upside, guys. Wait for the close. Hopefully we get the close. So far, nothing. And did we sweep this liquidity on the downside? Guys, and we swept some very important liquidity on NQ. So I think this is going to be a long. Again, hopefully we get an order block here and a 1 minute IFEG, but I think this is going to be a nice long. Okay, guys, 30 seconds till the close. I have to wait for a close to take this, unfortunately. Okay, still no close above. This will be my one and only trade, guys. And I have to take it with a micro because even this tiny move is $150 on one micro contract. So 30 seconds till the candle close. Again, I'm only taking it if the 1 minute fair value gap closes above. If you really want to be risk averse, wait for the 2. Hopefully they close at the same time. Okay, guys, nothing yet. You can see we're trading into this tiny 1 minute fair value gap here. Okay, big reaction there. But again, we need a 1 minute close above to take the long. You guys can see here on NQ. Why am I looking for longs now? We traded into a new week opening gap. We swept this obvious sell side. We have an hourly fair value gap that we're trading into with a bullish reaction. So I'm looking for at least an intermediate term buy model back up to this high and then potentially up to this intermediate term low that was already swept to the downside. Only if the 1 minute inverse is here, guys. Only if the 1 minute inverse is. We traded below the new week opening gap, immediate bullish reaction, and now we're potentially using it as support to go higher. Potentially, again, we need to see a reaction out of it again. And a 1 minute IFEG. If we don't get it, there's no trade. Excuse me. Okay, I like that potential nice reaction there. So far, though, it's not a bullish reaction. Okay. Right, fears, it is interesting. Again, guys, our bias for this trade, I want to see a really nice bullish reaction here and then a close above, in which case we'll take a long up to here. Otherwise, nothing. Okay, so we just tapped the new week opening gap low again. And we're just completely dumping. So So far, nothing. Again, guys, there also are perfect equal lows right over here. So if this is the case that we're inversing like this, we should now come down to the equal lows. But if this just somehow miraculously inverses here, we'll still take the long. What the heck? Very nice reaction here. I'm hoping now to see this high get swept. And then we'll target this will be our stop to break even, and then we'll target this intermediate term low. Only if we get the inverse, guys. Oh, this looks so good. All right, I am gonna front run this. If you guys want to take your partial at this high, you can. I think this is gonna run up to this buy side now. Hard stop below the body of this candle. I'm gonna quickly move my stop to break even here if I get the chance to. Hope I didn't get faked out there. God damn it. All right, guys, I got stopped out, so I thought that was going to push us higher, but it didn't. If it's going to move now, I'm going to be so pissed. So the only hope for a trade now, guys, again, is an official close above this. It's annoying. They might have just brought it down to this body one more time to stop out longs before they deliver it, but Back to buy side here would be a $215 move. Oh, your Tom's here. Yoti, what's up? So guys, the guy that's in here is a family friend. And he just watched the first trade he ever watched from me was a stop out. So guys, we're gonna be extra disciplined here because your Tom is in here. Very important eyes are watching us, okay? So again, guys, if the 1 minute inverses, it's the only time we're gonna be able to take something. Oh, good morning, sunshine. Let's go. Why didn't you tell me you were in here, bro? You kept quiet. So again, we're bouncing from the new week opening gap. We have perfect equal lows right down here, which we'll probably hit now because this should have been the two candles that brought us up. Oh my god. All right, guys. So I'll pull up the NQ chart because obviously we're on micros for this funded, but these equal lows are pretty obvious, which we'll probably hit because if we were bullish, these two candles should have delivered us to the buy side because we were bouncing out of the new week opening gap. Okay. So where my cursor is where the equal lows are. Right here. So pay attention to this level. Do 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 do. Yeah, Tom's posting links in our group chat now. All right, so there's the perfect equal lows they just hit. So now, guys, maybe, just maybe, if this 1 minute inverses, I'll try that. But to me, I mean, so far, this obviously looks bearish. We have more sell side down below around this level right here that I'm pointing to. And another new week opening gap. So doesn't look like we're going to get a trade or another entry to a trade, but we'll see. So the equal lows just got swept, guys. If we get a huge bullish reaction here, then I think this will be a fair time to take a long. And my take profit on the trade will be probably up here at this internal buy side. Only, guys, if we get an immediate bullish reaction and a 1 minute close above this inverse at fair value gap. And I know, I'm sorry that this is lagging again, guys. I'm getting another computer, I'm getting a fully blown Mac Mini with a lot of RAM and specs and stuff in like 10 days. Oh my god, bro, this is so annoying. Okay, I can't even use that. But if we get a close, again, on the 1 minute above this fair value gap, I'll take that long, stop to break even at this high, and then our take profit will be at this high right here. That's the only trade I'm going to be able to take today, guys. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Maybe. We might get lucky here, but we'll see. Yoti, what trade are you taking, bro? If you're still in the chat. You're taking the 1 minute IFEG long, right? With 3 NQ contracts to make 15,000 per contract. That's what I'm going to guess. We're trading NQ, bro. Okay, so we are getting a reaction here, guys, right after the sell side got swept. There's perfect equal lows right here. So if we get a bullish 1 minute candle here, guys, I will take this long, stop to break even at this high, and I'll take a partial here and probably just leave it to here. We'll see though. Okay, so very bullish reaction. Again, I want to see a 1 minute close above right here. Let me check the 2 and the 3 to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, this looks really good. Ugh, this computer, bro. I can't even work on it. It's so freaking laggy. So bad. Okay, guys, look at this candle, okay? This could be inducement, but if we get a 1 minute close above, we should come all the way back up and target all these highs. Again, I can't take it till it closes above, but it should be a nice trade if we get the close above. Yeah, Tom sold his UNH. Yeah, he saw the CEO got a ASSISSINATED. Is that how you spell it? And he said, bye-bye. So, guys, if this completely makes a down move here, then this is no chance to be a long. But if we close somewhere around here, form another 1 minute and an order block here, this is going to be even better to the upside. So that's what I want to see. I want this candle to stop around here. Then I want to see a 1 minute candle that closes back above, in which case I will go long and we'll target these two internal highs because everybody that's short right now has their stops above these highs. We've got a minute until the candle closes, obviously a little bit less. And so guys, if this trade loses, I will have a max loss on this funded account for the day, which is 200 bucks. Oh my God, this looks so good, guys. See how the candle closes. I want an order block to form here. I want an order block and I want a 1 minute close above. Unless that happens, I'm not taking the trade, guys. And I'm so sorry for all the lag that's going on right now, but again, unless we get a 1 minute close here and an order block, no trade. Okay, so nothing so far. And you know Powell, sometimes he'll say something and then the market will just completely rock it, so. Everything is bearish. Why would you trade upside? Because just because something is bearish doesn't mean we won't get intraday reversals. Like all these three highs right here there's a pretty decent chance that they will get swept before we get more downside. And also, Greg, why would I take shorts when we've already dumped? Look at this candle. What's more likely? Is it more likely that we're going to completely just collapse with no retracements, or is it more likely that we're going to go back up at some point? Probably more likely we're going to retrace and stop out some shorts. But again, unless my A+ setup forms, I'm not taking anything. So. So you guys can see an immediate bearish reaction from that 1 minute fair value gap. Every 1 minute fair value gap that's bullet, the that's bearish gets supported and we dump. We have more sell side. Let's open the hourly chart here. We have more sell side right here. And we have more sell side right here. So both of these are decent areas of potential movement for the market. But listen, I still think that exactly, Tom knows, risk management. And why would I be shorting when we had this huge red candle. It's much more likely that we'll retrace to the upside slightly. If we get the retracement, great, I'll take a setup. If we don't, I'll just watch it. Okay, I'm not just going to chase candles because obviously, I mean, this move was not expected. But, I mean, it was in a sense because we wanted retracements, but nothing that I wanted to take. And we're about to hit that secondary set of sell side. So the only trade I'll take now, guys, is this 1 minute IFEG. Everything else today, we sit and watch because we have discipline and we're not just going to take something to take it. So let's say we sweep this sell side, enter into the new week opening gap and get a super bullish reaction. I'll take it long. But apart from that, nothing. And don't be surprised, guys, if we could still, it's 11:55, we could still get a full-blown reversal to the upside today. It's definitely possible. Fears says we might continue down for the next hour. Possibly, but we can also easily retrace. So pay attention to this 1 minute bearish PD array. If we close above that, and this one, obviously this high should be next. And if this closes above, guys, we'll now be going from making lower highs to making a higher high and potentially going up. But again, until that happens, we get to sit and watch. Oh, and also, so that's a pretty interesting point, guys. We do have a weekly volume imbalance on NQ at 21. Hold on, let me pull it up here on. So we're in this weekly volume imbalance here. So maybe we bounce from the volume imbalance. I don't know, but we'll see. It's literally at the new week opening gap, which is pretty wild. So this spot right here, guys, potentially could be the reversal spot. Potentially. Again, I'm not going to say for sure, but it's possible. If you really want to gamble, you can just buy a contract here with your stop below this candle's low. I would never do that, but it's up to you. So, I have seen this before, where we bounce from a new week opening gap, we trade back up to the secondary new week opening gap, and then we continue lower. Keep in mind that's possible. Oh, this looks pretty good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I like this. If this 1 minute inverses, should we try it, guys? Stop to break even at this high? I don't know. Maybe if we sweep this liquidity first, then we can get an upside trade back to this new week opening gap. Maybe. Yo, Tom says, ooh. Oh my god. So, I mean, it looks likely, guys, that this liquidity is going to get swept first, right, from the hourly chart. Even the 4-hour, you can see it right here. It's obvious, but I can't short down here. Doesn't make sense. Even though I believe it's probably going to hit, doesn't make sense to short here. So here's one trade I will take, actually, for sure. If this 3-minute inverses to the upside after sweeping this sell side liquidity, bullish reaction here, I will take a scalp up to this new week opening gap. Okay, guys, so that would be what kind of a trade on 1M and Q? $160 on this funded account. Guys, I know you see me trade with a lot more than this, but this is a funded account that I need to drive up to 52,600. So I'm not going to be taking my regular size trades on this account. This is a account that I'm trying to run up to 52.6 to get rid of trailing drawdown. Okay, guys, if this 3-minute inverses, I'm going along. Telling you right now. Hopefully I don't get stopped because I already have that loss. So I need, my max risk is going to be $200 on the day. So I don't know if I'm going to be even able to enter this trade without getting stopped out. It's the negatives of having a funded account. It's unfortunate, but I really would like to see the liquidity get swept first and then get the reversal, though. We also have a macro time at 15:15, so it'll be like an afternoon afternoon trade. Let me look at the 5-minute quick. And we have a tiny 5-minute inverse here too. So if the 5-minute inverses and the 3 at the same time, that's going to be a sexy trade. Not financial advice. Okay, so watch this. Pay attention, guys. If this liquidity gets swept and we inverse this 3 and the 5, this is going to be a nice long back up to this new week opening gap. Okay, so we just swept the liquidity. I need to see an immediate bullish reaction. Right now, we're not getting a bullish reaction, so if the candles don't show us what we need to see, we don't take the trade. Okay, guys? Yeah, Tom, do you hear the clicking on my floor? Tom, if you're still in this, tell me if you hear clicking on my floor. Took the short from 22,125. I'm going to close now. From 22,125. Yeah, I mean, if you took it from there, then definitely. Let me show you what that clicking is. Hold on. Look who's here. Look who's here. Oh, Lulu. This is my mini schnauzer, guys. She's a very sweet gal. She also tells me what trades to take sometimes. Oh, shit. All right. Okay, guys, so it looks like we're not going to get any trades after that one. Yeah, she's a really, really sweet dog. Yeah, so it looks like we're not getting our longs, boys and girls. Yeah, she's very good at sniffing bull bear. So guys, what do we think? Is this the start of the stock market crash of 2025? It's possible, but I'll tell you this. If we get a big crash, then these two equal highs here that formed on NQ, they're going to be an excellent target for the future. Now, I don't think this is the start of a crash. I think we're just rebalancing the market, but wow, big dumps, guys. Huge freaking dumps. That is crazy. All because of a 20 basis point rate cut, as the market expected. This is wild. What is this 50% level here? Oh, it's just from a fair value gap. We have all this LRLR, by the way, down here. Guys, I think that this previous all-time high is coming. This is going to be next. So maybe tomorrow, if we haven't traded into it into the Asian and London sessions, we can look for shorts tomorrow. Guys, I cannot wait to get this new computer. I'm so sick and tired of this MacBook Air. It's ass. Can't handle the heat, bro. Right, Fears, the M4, 24 gigabytes of RAM. It's going to be nice. Okay, guys, this 1 minute inverse. That might be a decent scalp back up to the new week opening gap. We're not really delivering from anywhere, but we did take out major liquidity. Okay, guys, I'm going to scalp this right now. I'm scalping up to the top of the new week opening gap. Stop loss will be the close back below. I want the new week opening gap to get touched here. Who's ready for this $70 win, guys? You hear the dopamine flooding in my voice, Yotam? 1 minute IFEG up to the new week opening gap. It's a scalp, 1-for-1 trade, basically. He was ready for another loss, guys. And I might even get stopped out because of the trailing drawdown before I even get this trade, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, Tom, the dopamine's flooding in my brain now, bro. It's a very high-risk 1 minute IFEG. It'll be my second and only other trade of the day. After this, we're done, guys. But I do believe that this new week opening gap will get touched again here. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. I accepted the risk before I entered the trade. $50, probably a $70 win for a $70 loss. Stop loss will be a close back below the IFEG. And I got stopped out before I even was able to get my stop loss hit because of the mean threshold, trailing drawdown, and watch how this is going to react and hit the new week opening gap now. Oh yeah, touch that gap. So I got stopped out, guys, because of the trailing drawdown on the trade. But this should still hit, in my opinion. Yotam is seeing 2 losses in a row on the first time he watches my stream. That's pretty crazy. But watch this candle right now. If you're in the trade, your stop to break even would be at this high, and the new week opening gap would be your TP. We technically did get a close back below the IFEG, but I would be willing to put my stop at this low now. So yeah, Tom, this is an example of a trade where I got stopped out because of something called trailing drawdown. I'm in a funded account on a prop firm. But this trade, my take profit for this would be the new week opening gap. And my stop now would be at this low. Almost, don't give up. Yeah, and this is wild. The first time your Tom comes to my streams, yeah, we got 2 L's. But again, in theory, if I didn't have the trailing drawdown, I wouldn't have been stopped out yet. But we'll see what happens here. Bum bum bum. Hey, no worries, man. Thomas. His name is his name is Yotam. Yotam. Lended me his Lambo and let me use 2 Ferraris today. Yeah, bro. Did you use the SVJ fear, or which Lambo did I lend you? I forgot. Okay, watch this candle here, guys. I would expect this to potentially be the low here. As long as we get a body close back above this candle, obviously. Bum 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 bum. Watch. The weird one that had an answer on it. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, that one's the cheapest one actually of the 3. All right, guys. So if and when this new week opening gap gets touched, then I'll end the stream. Or if this low gets hit, I'll end the stream. Either one. What could also happen is just a slight touch below it, and then we get the reaction. But in this case, it looks like it might have been a fail. All right, guys. Obviously, we are a lot more bearish than we anticipated. What will probably happen again, guys, I think this all-time high is going to get touched at some point towards the end of this week. So maybe tomorrow, if we get an A+ short, we'll take it on a funded. Okay, look at this, guys. Just watch this. So we swept the low, and now I'm telling you right now, we're going back to the new week opening gap. Where is it on my chart, though? Right here. Unless it's just going to take us all the way down to the all-time lows. Hey, tomorrow's a new day for new opportunities and learning experience. 100%, bro. 100%. Yeah, Tom, you see, look at this positivity in the chat, guys. I really appreciate that. Positivity is the key to success, guys. If you're not positive, you're going to be negative, all right? It's a big deal. Stay positive. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate everyone that joined in. Watch now that I end the stream, we're going to see a big candle right here up to this new week opening gap. Probably in this macro time. But yeah, I wish you guys the best, and we will be back tomorrow, hopefully for 2 wins, not 2 losses. And as you guys know, if we have 2 L's, we stop trading. And on this account specifically, we hit max drawdown anyway, so we couldn't even trade it if we wanted to. And yeah. Tomorrow you will have Jay. Who was Jay again, Fears? What was the Jay? Was it? Who was Jay again? I forget. Okay, guys, watch this cam. I'm telling you right now. This is going up here. Oh, you're Jay. Why did I call you F? Oh, just because of Fears. That's right. Right, that's right. You're J. So we got OJ, we got Y.